Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Joseph Ward, and welcome to my On the Shoulders of Giants YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you share this channel. And that notification button, click that notification button so every time I drop a new video, you will know what's going on. African history at your fingertips through this channel. You're getting biographies of your sung and unsung heroes right at your fingertips. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about On the Shoulders of Giants. Well, you can learn about yourself and we tell our own stories. Peace out. Peace. What's up, family? Wukusu family. How y'all doing out there? You know, Joseph Ward. This is my On the Shoulders of Giants YouTube channel. Well, I try to keep it real, give you information, give you my thoughts and perspectives on things, as well as my African history videos on a regular basis. Today, while I show off my new On the Shoulders of Giants sweatshirt, courtesy of United Cultural Brands, my man Sean Simmons hooked me up. So, United Cultural Brands, make sure you check them out. Gave me my live sweatshirt, and it been cold so I can wear it, so that's cool. I don't have to turn the air conditioner on this time. But today's video I want to talk about Black America's unhealthy relationship with white America, white supremacy to be more specific. We have a very unhealthy relationship. Matter of fact, we're in an abusive relationship with white supremacy. And the reason why I say that is because we want so bad to be from under the thumb of white supremacy. But at the same time, we feel as if we need white supremacy. So we are willing to put ourselves in harm's way to gain the affection of white supremacy. And that's not right. That's backwards. That's a slave mentality. To actually look for, affection, or look for, your oppressor to give you the thumbs up, to give you the pat on the back, to let you know that you've been validated now by your oppressor, and that is a slave mentality. We've been fighting a long time. We have fractions and sections of our community who really fight hard to free themselves and free the rest of us from the throes of white supremacy and the ideas and the concepts. But we have a vast majority who are comfortable within the settings that they are in, who are comfortable with white supremacy. Matter of fact, who've worked hard to create a place of comfort within the throes of white supremacy. And that right there is not smart. Because you will always be complaining about the ills that happen, because you always put yourself at a disadvantage, because you are always going to experience the ills because you are always dependent upon the dominant society, which in this case is white supremacy. You will always be dependent upon them because you put yourself in a position to be dependent upon them. We've showed, especially with this Black Panther movie, Black America have showed that if we really wanted to, we could put our money together and we can do some things for ourselves. We could if we chose to, but we don't choose to. And to me, it's because that mentality that we have, that inferiority complex, as well as that unhealthy relationship, that unhealthy love or attachment that we have with white supremacy, which has not gotten us where we needed to be. And a lot of times I'm thinking that there are a good majority of us who don't care about us being where we need to be as a whole, because they have theirs. They have their place of comfort. And so it's for us to start to really understand why it's truly important for us to wrap our minds around when we hear the concept of that critical mass, to stop depending on celebrities, athletes, actors, entertainers, all these other people who may be popular, may have the spotlight, may have resources, may have these platforms, and are not using them. We can get mad at them all we want, but at the same time, are you creating the platforms for yourself to get the messages out? Because we can't depend on these people, right? Because they're caught up in their relationship with white America. We not, as a good number of us who are not caught up in this white love affair, who are not, our minds aren't blown out. We don't feel like we need them. We don't see them as our providers, as our gods, if you will. But there are a good number of us who do. A good number of us who do. So understanding that, not even getting mad at them. Not even getting mad at somebody because they really don't really subscribe to liberation the same way you do or I do. So forget what they got going on and get with like-minded individuals who are really about real liberation, who are really about really building up the community, buying the block, educating the community, educating the kids, creating stuff for ourselves that we need, so we won't continue to have to beg and be disappointed. Because, look here, I can tell you a lot of disappointment has happened. A lot of disappointment has been happening, especially personally in my life over the last couple of weeks and things, in specific pursuits that we're trying to do. But that's why being self-sufficient is very, very, very important. That's why having access to resources and monies and people is very, very, very important. We got to get out here and we got to build relationships within our community amongst ourselves and understand that we only need ourselves. We have this unhealthy relationship with white America that needs to end. We go around, because think about it, when we're talking about abusive, and it's very much so an abusive relationship. It's an abusive relationship to the point to where we are dying and we're overlooking our deaths, right? Because if it was in the just the plain out context of a man abusing a woman, people could clearly see and clearly make the connections to say, hey, well, you need to get out of this relationship. But it's the same thing with Black America. We find any and every excuse to hold on to our connections with white America when we already know that they need us more than we need them. We are the backbone of this country. Don't you forget it. We are the backbone of this country. They need us more than we need them. But it's just not an American thing. It's a global thing. Black people around the world have an unhealthy relationship. Black people around the world are in an abusive relationship with white America, and we seem not to really understand how to get out of the relationship. We seem to only look for our place, like I said earlier, seem to only look for our place of comfort within the throes of white supremacy. And that is not smart, it's not healthy, it's not needed. We are going to continue to die. We're going to continue to suffer. When things get bad for them, it'll get extra worse for us. And yes, I did say extra worse. It will get extra worse for us. Until we decide to do something different, until we decide to love ourselves a little bit different. Because we talking about healthy relationships and unhealthy relationships. We have a collective low self-esteem. I talked about this in the video before. We have a collective low self-esteem amongst ourselves. We have an inferiority complex. We don't see ourselves as the special people that we are. That's why I don't really have a problem with some of us going around calling ourselves kings and queens. I really don't have a problem. I know I've had several conversations, seen videos and things about people who have an issue with black people calling themselves kings and queens. I don't really have an issue with it because to me it's the start of a mindset. Because we have to start envisioning ourselves as something different than what we usually do. Because we're usually trying to turn trash into treasure instead of understanding that we are treasure. Instead of understanding that we are special. So we don't have to always try to turn trash into treasure. Right? But we often find ourselves doing that a lot because in our minds we are playing from behind. In our minds, we are the lesser, the weaker, and we're the strong. Our numbers may not be as massive as we may want them to be, but we are the strong. We just have to believe it. But we've been beat down so long within the system of white supremacy that we don't believe in ourselves. And it's time for us to start believing in ourselves. You black people, you got to believe in yourselves. You are special. You are strong. You are brilliant. That's why they work so hard to try to break us, because we got the juice. We are the shit. And they know it. That's why they study us. Trust me, they study us. That's how they get these specific responses out of us. Don't think all this stuff is just by happenstance. They study us. They've been studying us. The field of psychology, I told y'all this before, the field of psychology became what it was of the study of black people. Of these white supremacists really studying black people. They still study us to this day. But we are the ones who are looking for, we're always looking for that one person who doesn't necessarily exhibit the narrative, right? We're looking for that one exception. We're always looking for that one white exception. I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's not to paint a broad picture to say that all white people in the world support white supremacy. We're not saying that. I'm definitely not saying that. But what I am saying is, for right now, I need to concentrate on me. For right now. We need to concentrate on us. And unlike in the movie Black Panther, when they let what your boy Ross in, Ross ain't getting in. Ain't no Rosses, no Claws, no white folk ain't getting in, broken or unbroken. And the reason why I'm on that mindset, why we don't allow white people into our inner sanctum, our inner circle, because we can't trust it. We never could trust it, and we still can't trust it now. Yeah, you might have we have a handful of white people who are on the side of right, and we applaud them. But you got to understand right now, this is about us. This is about our self-actualization. And if they got a problem with it, then they not really down with us. And they don't really get the whole idea and picture of our black liberation, so we can't rock with them. And that's just how it is. If you can't allow me to self-actualize, if you got a matter of fact, if you, damn what you allowing, because I don't care if you allow me and now I'm a self-actualize, but if you got a problem, if you claim to be an ally of mine and you got a problem with me self-actualizing, then you ain't no real ally, because you don't want to see me at full strength. What people wants an ally who is not at full strength? Think about it. Who out there in this world is smart, is actually smart, who actually wants somebody as an ally who is not at full strength? As an ally, I got a problem with you being at full strength. You ain't no damn ally. Let's just be real with that, right? Because we got to stop with this fake love affair that we have with white America. Like it's unhealthy. It's at a sick state right now. I get it. Naturally, as black people, we are welcoming people. We are the epitome of humanity. But at some point, we got to learn our lesson. You can't open your doors to everybody. You can't be friendly with everybody. And we already know that history tells us that all the groups that we've interacted with, at some point, they turn their back on us. That's why we're in this world alone. And the sooner we learn that we're in this world alone, we have nobody but ourselves, sooner we really get that. It's not to throw us further into despair, but it's to wake us up. Because it's time to get busy now. It's time to get up, get out, and get something. Right? It's time to stop bullshit. It's time to look ourselves in our own eyes and look each other in the eye and say, hey, it's time for us to rise up. It's time for us to take what's ours, take our mantle. It's time for us to look within ourselves and really, really, really go full steam ahead with doing what we need to do for ourselves, building up our communities, protecting ourselves, providing for ourselves, pooling our money together. Because until we do that, forget going on these shows arguing with these white folk Their propaganda machines are built to do just what they are built to do. So why don't we create our propaganda machines to do what we need to do and support our propaganda machines so we can have positive propaganda? Like, I love the Black Panther movie. The movie was great, but I'm still here saying, ain't no way in hell Marvel and Disney has given us a movie to make us feel better about ourselves. We shouldn't even be waiting on nobody outside of us to make us feel good about ourselves. That's our damn job. And it made me, it upset me, and it made me really realize further about this unhealthy relationship that we have with white supremacy. We're really sitting around saying, oh man, white people not making me look the way I want to be. White people not putting me out in positive lights. But when black people are creating these things for us, when it's truly, truly black, and you don't support them, and you make up excuses of why you can't support them, you're proving further that we have this inferiority complex within ourselves, and we have this God complex towards white supremacy. We sit there and talk about them all day, about how Babylon gonna fall and all these other things, but then we are skeptical about working with our own people. We'll find the smallest thing to argue about. We have an issue with agreeing to disagree. You're not gonna agree with everything I say. I'm not gonna agree with everything you say. But that's okay. It's not about us agreeing with everything that each other says. It's about us agreeing with the overall premise that we need to free ourselves, that we need to do for self. We need to build for ourselves. We need to get together. We need to get our minds right. We need to be synced up. We have to do this for ourselves. And until we realize that, we're going to be losing. We got to realize that. Let me get a little closer. Until we realize that we have to do for self, we have to work for ourselves, we have to come together and unite and do what we need. Until we start doing that, we're going to be complaining about these white folks, about white supremacy. How long you want to continue doing that? How long you want to continue doing that? Tell me. Because until something change, this is where we're going to be at. We have an unhealthy relationship with white America, and it needs to end now. This is an abusive relationship, and the abuse has been to the point to where death is an option. They don't mind killing us. Matter of fact, if they had the means to kill us off right now, they would. So the question is, what you gonna do? You gonna sit there and keep trying to love your enemy, or you gonna build yourself up and do what you need to do for self? How about stop wasting your energy trying to love your enemy and put that energy into loving your damn self? How about that? That's all I got to say about it.